This is stew black-eyed peas with ham hocks. And here in the center we have our cassava and a dumpling. The cassava really makes it more of an African-inspired dish. Hi and welcome back. My name is Drew and I hope you guys have an amazing day today. It is 2020 and it's my first video for the year. I know it's been a while. So let's get started today. Alright, so for today we are cooking black-eyed peas with ham hocks. This is something that I'm cooking because black-eyed peas had been very popular at the beginning of the year because, you know, it's supposed to be good luck to eat black-eyed peas. So I was going to do another black-eyed peas dish instead of black-eyed peas and rice, in which you guys already, a lot of you guys watched for the New Year's. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to show you how to make a stewed black-eyed peas, and it is absolutely delicious. You can have this any time of the year. It is packed with protein, packed with fiber, extraordinarily healthy. Beans are very good for you, period. For our ingredients today, we have approximately 3 pounds of ham hocks, and these are smoked ham hocks, nice meaty quality. All right, and then we also have 1 jalapeno pepper, 1 large onion, that's 6 cloves of garlic, and this is young baby thyme. Don't let that wimpy look fool you, it's extremely strong. Then we also have our star of our show. These are black-eyed peas. It says approximately 2 pounds that has been soaked for 24 hours and then rinsed. Then we have our seasonings. This is half a teaspoon of allspice or ground pimento, about a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and then we have salt and pepper to taste. And also to go with our black-eyed peas today is coconut milk. Alright, so let's get started. So here in our pressure cooker we just have about 4 cups of water that we're going to pressure our ham hocks in. We don't add any salt because ham hocks can be salty, and it depends on where you get your ham hocks from, how salty they will be. But that's why I don't add any salt or anything at this point in time, and we're just going to go ahead and add our ham hocks. So here are our ham hocks. And we're just going to turn the flame back up onto high, get our water boiling. It doesn't have to cover all the way up. You don't really want to add any more water because you don't want to water down your flavor from the ham hocks too much. So 4 to 5 cups is plenty. Doesn't have to cover all the way because the water will rise as it pressures. Alright, we're going to let these pressure for a good 35-40 minutes, and then we'll check them and see how well they're falling off the bone. They really need to fall off the bone to really render out the flavor properly. Okay, here goes our ham hocks. These have been pressuring for approximately 45 minutes, and as you can see, they are now falling off the bone, and beautiful and tender. Look how soft and tender that is. Look at that. Alright. So, here's our beans in our ham hock fluid. And we're going to pressure these for about 7 or 8 minutes. Not too long because they are going to still cook when they go in the pot. So while we're waiting today for our black-eyed peas to pressure, we're going to go ahead and cut our onions. And I like to do a medium-sized dice on our onions with this one. Not too small, not too large, about the size, a little bit larger maybe than the size of the black-eyed pea itself, because I think it adds a really good texture to the meal when the onions are very similar size as the peas. So this dish is quite popular in many different places around the world, one of them being Brazil, as I said before. And in Brazil they serve it with sometimes rice, or they serve it with another starch, and today I wanted to do something a little different. So today I am going to serve it with some cassava, which is better known in South America as yuca, but Jamaicans, we call this cassava. And this is a frozen cassava. I couldn't get any fresh today. They weren't very good quality, and the frozen ones are usually really spot on every time I buy them. So we're going to prepare some of this today to go with our stewed black-eyed peas. Alright, our black-eyed peas have finished. You can see, oop, got steamy. Alright, our black-eyed peas are finished. You see how soft they are. Smashes on the spoon really easily. And they taste great. Alright, time to transfer them into the other pot and finish the cooking process. So in our pot goes our ground pimento, Italian seasoning, and I'm just going to put our black pepper in there. I am not going to add salt right now. I'm going to wait for this to cook down for a little bit. So now we're going to go ahead and add our onions. Oh, lost one. And our garlic. And we're also going to add our young thyme. Oops. We are going to wait on the jalapenos for about 20 minutes. Because I don't like those to cook all the way out. I still like them to have some texture. And we are going to cook this down for about 20 minutes. Here's our coconut milk. And I'm going to use the whole can. I am going to add a lot of the cream from the top. It's about half a can. Give a nice richness to the broth. Alright. Now we're going to put a lid on it and just let it cook down. About 20 minutes or so. I want some of these beans to mash out somewhat. We'll be right back. So our starch today is cassava, or better known in South America as yucca. And this is the frozen one. It's been defrosted. And inside you'll find this stem. It's pretty hard and very twig-like almost. It runs down through the entire center, and it does remove quite easily. But sometimes you might have to take a small knife like this to get the rest of it out in some smaller pieces. But it's quite easy to remove, and I remove it before I cook, because that way I don't have to put my hands in cooked food after the fact. But we're going to go ahead and remove all of this vine-like material from the inside. That way we have a nice, soft, smooth cassava or yucca, cassava or yucca when we're finished. And we're going to go ahead and just do a steam on this. We're going to cut it into small chunks like this. One, it makes it cook quicker. And then two, it's bite size almost, which goes really well with the black beans. A lot of times I would leave it large like this and steam it, put it in the oven, olive oil and garlic over it with some salt, and then just cook it down in the oven covered for about 35-40 minutes until it's really soft and tender. Or today I'm just going to put it in the pressure cooker. I'm going to steam it for about 7 to 8 minutes. I like doing it this way, especially during the week when you're busy with other things and it's quite time consuming to cook it the other way. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these up and steam them off real quick and get them cooking. Alright, here's our finished prepared cassava or yucca. And we're going to go ahead and pressure cook it. And we're going to put a few teaspoons of salt. And it's like potatoes or rice. It needs quite a bit of salt to bring out the flavor. And going to go ahead and put our yuca in. Look how rich and creamy this is now become. It is beautiful. Very rich and creamy. We're going to go ahead and season with salt, and we're going to add our spinners. And yes, I do add spinners to this. And we're going to add our jalapenos. So now our jalapenos are in. So is our spinners. And for those of you joining us the first time on this channel, a spinner is a dumpling, right there. And I usually put that in my stews and my soups. And we're just going to cook for another 15 to 20 minutes. And then we're going to go ahead and serve. We have transferred the cassava from the pressure cooker to the saute pan. And we just put a little olive oil in the pan. And some salt to taste. And then I use a little garlic powder. Sometimes I use fresh garlic and sweat that down too, but today I just used a little garlic powder. And we're just going to let it sit here and mellow out. Can't see, it looks like kind of like a lumpy mashed potato. Yeah. And it has a very gummy, starchy feel to it, which really goes well with the stew peas. Alright, we're going to be serving in just a few minutes. This is our finished plate for the day. This is stew black-eyed peas with ham hocks. And here in the center we have our cassava and a dumpling. The cassava really makes it more of a African inspired dish. This is how the Brazilians and some places in Africa also cooks the cassava similarly to this. Absolutely delicious. You're gonna love it. I promise you, you've got to try this one. Let me take a taste, I can't wait. Get some cassava and some beans. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Wow. Wow. That's amazing. Oh wow. Thank you for joining us today. Hope you love this one as much as I do. Oh, I can't wait. Sorry, I gotta put the camera down.